Salut pour tous et bienvenue dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Eder Zanetti. Our journey through the world forest brings us to the Colombian tropical forest. Colombia used to be the home of the FARC, the Army Forces for the Revolutionary Society in Colombia. It's no longer active, but of course the fact that they were over there deep in the forest make that a very dangerous situation for people interested on working with tropical forestry. The sustainable forest management is the primitive practices of selective cutting with natural regeneration, 40 cubic meters each 15 years, and some interventions to avoid the spreading of secondary vegetation. Well, it is, as I said, a primitive silvicultural practices. It existed before the School of Forestry. So it drives the exhaustion of the forest resource and land use change by some other practice due to this primitive practices, right? We already studied this in the developed countries, and we understood that the silvicultural, the selection of individuals, reproduction of nursery planting is what reversed the loss of forest cover in Europe. So the main reason for us to keep losing forest cover in Southern America countries is of course due to the use of this practice that makes the social and economic contribution of forests to sustainable development very limited. My experience working in Colombia with FAO showed that clearly. I was working in Las Ceibas water base, and we could see the result of this bad forest management practice. So we need to reverse this urgently all over South America if we want to have some progress, some sustainable development at our tropical regions. Of course, the tropical forests in Colombia, as it happens at all tropical region in South America, are home of infectious disease that have been spreading over the populations more and more over the last decades. And this is a frequent situation for the tropics here in South America, to have a great number of infectious disease affecting its population. But we will be looking at it in more detail when we talk about the other neighbor countries. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on the daily struggle for justice. Eder Zanetti pour tous mes amis africains.